The steps for the subtraction algorithm are extremely similar to the steps for the addition algorithm. I'm going to show you an example here that has some things that are a little bit different, but applies both to addition and subtraction. So say we have the problem 2/3 minus 1/6, and I visualized the 2/3 right here. So as you can see, 2/3, I only have this broken up into 3 pieces. Those are way too big. I don't have a 1/6 that I can take away. So similar, just exactly as we did in the addition algorithm, we need to make sure all the pieces are the same size, and then we can actually start talking addition and subtraction. So since this is broken up into 3 pieces, I could leave it as 3 pieces. If I cut all those pieces in half, I could make 6. I could also cut it twice and make 9 or 12. What I need here is 6, so I'm good to go. I can just break it up into 6. Sometimes we only have to change one of the fractions, not both of the fractions, in order to do the subtraction. The same thing can happen in addition. So you might only have to change one, not both. Okay, how do I take thirds and make them sixths? If I just cut this whole thing in half, now instead of having 3, I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And now I can do what I need to do, which is take away one of those sixths. So my picture starts to get a little wonky, but I'll just put a big X right here. Here's the one I am getting rid of. And what am I left with? Do I take that one away? I'm left with 1, 2, 3 sixths. Now, we can leave this as 3/6. It's a perfectly acceptable answer. Or maybe we notice that if I took this piece that's shaded in right here, and I just slid it right over here, I would fill up the bottom, and I would have nothing in the top. And that would leave me with 1 out of just 2 pieces, right? 1 whole row out of 2 rows total. So this simplifies actually to be 1/2. All right, let's see how that works with our numbers. So I have 2/3 minus 1/6. So I took my 2/3 and I doubled the number of pieces, or the size of the pieces, right? I doubled how many there were total, and I doubled how many there were shaded in. This line cut through both the shaded and the unshaded, so it affected both the size of the piece and the number of pieces. So I multiplied both numerator and denominator by 2. And then I wound up with 4/6 instead of 2/3. Now I had pieces that were the right size, and I could take one away. After I took one away, I was left with 3/6. But I noticed when I got to those 3/6 that I could kind of glue those 3 pieces back together. And if I glued both 3 pieces back together, right, I would take my 3 pieces and turn them into 1 piece. So I would actually take my 3 pieces and glue them back together, pull them back in the other direction, and I would be left with 1 piece. And if I also glued together my 6 pieces into groups of 3, so I took my 6 total and I made groups size 3, I would be left with 2 groups.